Hey there folks, and welcome back to the Monapia Campaign. Last time, we organized our nation a little bit, got some of our forts destroyed, perhaps a little prematurely, because now we are dealing with an unfortified Hibernia Septentrionalis. We are slowly returning back to provincial loyalty. We'll build a fort in Voluntia Australis. Once we get there, it wasn't a huge deal ultimately, because we're not at war with the Blania, nor are we likely to be super soon. Of course, we will ultimately dissolve the alliance, but I will wait till the fort is at least under construction, or maybe when it's finished before I dissolve, just to be safe. Although I think if I do that, they're not likely to actually declare war on me because I am a much more powerful nation than they are. Again, I have to get into that mindset of I am the overdog in Albion at the moment, even if it doesn't really feel like it, I am. So just got to remember that. We are preparing for war against Carwetia. We talked about that last episode. Looks like that barbarian horde is finishing up in Brigantia, coming down to the very splintered land of Coritania. You can see the chaos that's happened around here. But Carwetia should be fairly vulnerable. They don't have any allies. They are surrounded by one of my allies, Brigantia. After the Carwetian War, as I've said before, will probably, once I have the money, build forts in the mountains of Duniting and the forest of Phantom Kodaki. And these two forts will thoroughly block off my border, while also ensuring that I get the extra 2,000 soldiers. If it works like that, I should have checked the wiki before I hit record on this episode, because I was talking about that in the last episode. I didn't check. It is what it is. We still want to get some Britannic land. I think at this point, even though early on I talked about focusing on Caledonia first, I think under the circumstances of my border here, taking a little bit of Britannic land and not really going any further when it comes to taking on Carwetia is a pretty reasonable option, because the only other person that could get them is Brigantia, and I want to avoid more Brigantian forts to deal with in the future, so I think that is a perfectly solid option for me. Go ahead and unpause the game here. Right, so let's hope that my microphone is plugged in correctly. I did move it slightly, but it should be in basically the same spot, all things considered. Now, we are just proceeding along here. I probably don't need my fort maintenance now that the barbs are out of the way. Probably could have turned that off a little earlier, but we're not exactly super bereft of money at the moment. Now, I am dealing with Talorc having inflammation. His health is not in the best of shape. Although, maybe it is, because he is considered healthy at the moment. Also, his son, Tutum Alius, very advanced facial hair situation for a 16-year-old. Not so sure how realistic that is, but fair enough. I wish I could grow a beard like that. Actually, I can grow a beard okay. I guess I probably shouldn't be too upset. I feel like I always go through, I don't know if any of my male viewers, or really anyone who can grow facial hair among my viewers, has this experience, but I feel like I go through cycles where I sometimes like to have facial hair, sometimes I don't. It's interesting. Sometimes it's seasonal. I think now that it's getting colder, I'm thinking about facial hair again. But I am working in a law firm, so being clean-shaven helps me feel lawyerly, even if it isn't really a big deal. A lot of lawyers have beards or facial hair. No one would care if I had a beard, but sometimes I think just feeling lawyerly is important. Anyways, collapse of the Albanian. The Albanian? News has reached us by word of mouth that the once powerful Albanian have fallen to internal bickering, strife, and wanton... Oh, so the collapse of Albania? I guess the Albanians are the people who live in Albania. Bickering, strife, and wanton power struggles. Numerous local chiefdoms have arisen from the ashes of the crisis, perhaps affording an opportunity to their watchful neighbors. The Albanian still retain a nominal leadership of some of the disparate clans, desperately clinging to their laughable hegemony. Barbarians. Alright, so Albania splinters? Did they splinter? Let me see. Looks pretty unified to me. Maybe on the monthly too. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why I'm getting that event pop up anyways. It's so far away. It does not really matter. We are also now at our... Oh, you know what? I actually zoomed right past the day I said that I'd raise my forces. Let's go ahead and get it raised now, before the monthly tick. Raise them in Manalia. Now, Carwetia does actually have a navy. Not much of a navy, but they do have a navy, so we should pay for the fleet. Probably need to pay more than that. Pay for the army, and pay for the forts too. Actually, yeah, we'll pay for the forts. We'll wait for our morale to go back up. Again, I probably should have done this a little earlier. I recorded the previous episode early in the morning, and I'm recording this episode late in the evening, so I'm picking kind of bad times to play these episodes at peak performance. But at this stage in the campaign, things are just going really well. I feel like I can make little mistakes. It's not really going to be a big issue. Castle's Ally done. Yeah, we're not in a position... Well, maybe... Well, no, we'll wait. One more month? Wait one more month, then we land. I think we... Did we just take a landing? I think we land actually at Kere... Luilid? Kere Luilid? What are these names? Alright, yeah. We also have to assign an admiral, now that we are about to do this again. I probably just shouldn't even mess around with Donus Bolgius at this phase, even if he's friend of the ruler. 3 minus loyalty traits and chided bickering. Once they give him power base, he's going to become disloyal, I think. So for this war where we need the navy, we definitely don't want to play around. What about you? Lapsed, don't like that. But it is just one bad loyalty trait. Kawarinus Iacus. Let's see. We'll just chance it. 74. Yeah, he's pretty solid. All right, a nice loyal admiral. Gotta love it. So we'll stay there. Just proceed. Still only 3 Monapians. Somewhere there's got to be some assimilation nearly finished up. Yeah. Finish? Where did my Monapian go? Do I really only have 3 Monapians? Guess so. Okay. Maybe I lost a Monapian population somewhere. The conversion thing is really taking its time. Let's wait a couple more months. There's no huge rush. These guys aren't going to pick up an ally right this second. Who are they going to ally anyways that could help them? Any ally they could pick would be blocked by Brigantia. I'm also tempted to not call in Brigantia to this war. The numbers they could bring to me would be helpful. The issue, though, is they may contest control of Gabricentum. Have to think about this. Also, we got the 7 martial guy as our general. That's pretty good. Keep you on shock action. You lead the way. Put you onto element. Alright. Let's head out into the storm. Hopefully that's not too dangerous. Actually not sure what the storm does. Oh, it gives us attrition. We're probably okay. We'll get out of here before the monthly tick, I think. Sailing through the storm as we prepare to do a storming. Gotta love that. Alright, I think we are ready to go in our peacetime war that we're doing here. Well, taking our chance while these guys are diplomatically isolated. At this phase, I could probably just fight anybody I want in Albion and be pretty safe. Although I need to remember, even though I've got all this territory, it doesn't equate to army size still because of our very low population. It's kind of a trick. So we aren't actually much stronger than any other nation around here. I think I bring in... Do I bring in Ablania? I think I bring in Ablania and Brigantia. Well... Brigantia does have this insane mercenary force with the 14 martial guy. I'm kind of nervous about that, and about him assuming control. Maybe I don't bring in Brigantia. I can always call in Brigantia later, I think. I'm trying to decide what's the best route here. I want to make sure I don't make a big mistake here. Helvetia will either have 2k or 1.5k. If I land at Caer Luilid, they'd have to go around. Actually, if I call in Brigantia, they may, if I'm in Caer Luilid, they may go down to Galaba to come take over this part, because it's unfortified. And there's another unfortified spot next to it, Colunium. So yeah, these mercenaries might fight them, but I can probably storm the fortress here. Well, if I have just 2,000, I probably can't storm it. Like I do call in Brigantia. I'm gonna chance it. If Brigantia just assumes control of the siege and doesn't give it to me, well, if I take control of Caer Llewellyn before I come to Gabersentum, I actually only need one settlement. I would like all of this, but I only technically need one settlement in Britannia, or in Britannia, to take advantage of the multiple region thing. Again, assuming that that counts for tribes. I don't remember. I think it does count for tribes. I'm trying to remember in the Monapia campaign. I definitely did get the advantage. I think I got the advantage of that as a tribe. I'm trying to remember. I should have rewatched that. All right, whatever. We're going to go for it. Bring in everybody. All right, here we go. Declared war on the insular Celtic local power of Carwetia. There we go. We're going to land. Technically, this is the right tile to lean, even though we're going pretty far. We're going to land over there. We're going to stay here. How long? We'll take 1 month of storm attrition. I know it's going to sink anything, and we'll get a naval battle pretty quick. Speed 2. Let's do it. A bit of war. Alright, so as expected, Carwetti is going to go fight... Oh, the thing just ended right there. Carwetti is going to go fight Brigantia's mercenaries, so that's works for me. So I will go grab Caer Llewellyn before I swing over to Gabersentum, just so, because if I occupy this, and it's, you know, occupied by me, even if this ultimately is held by Brigantia, I can still take this in the peace deal, which is what I care about. Alright, you just stay here. I think we're fine. How much damage do we take around here? No damage at all. That's pretty good. That's a good amount of damage to take, if I do say so myself. So let's go ahead and just hang out here. Get this stuff here. Hide in the fort. Occupation's done. They're gonna fight here. Do we join in on this fight? I think we just run over to Gabersentum, get there first. These guys may run away. Also, we're gonna get another naval fight here. Alright, let's see how this fight goes. Battle of Mare Hibernicum. As expected, we win. We destroyed both their triremes. Actually, we got one Liburnian. And we also captured their admiral, as usual. We'll just release her. That's fine. If you don't do something with the admiral prisoners, they kind of get bugged out, and I just prefer to get rid of them. Alright, we'll take this Liburnian and tell it to do a little thing called sinking to the bottom of the ocean. There we go, get out of here. It's going to be screwing up my naval tactics. Can't have it. Alright. Carwetia wants peace, really, Carwetia. You want peace? Yeah, I can imagine why you'd be a little concerned about this situation. Carwetia is about to get carved up via... Alright. I'm going to formally apologize for that terrible joke. Alright, stack wipe that force. Good. Don't even think about it. They got their 10 marshal guy here, too, just to freak me out even more. There's actually not a port here, so this navy can come back to Monapia and stop getting paid. Also, my forts don't have to be paid anymore. Now, someone commented that because I'm in charge of the war, I can assume control, which appears to be true, so that's good. And that was the 14 marshal guy that I assumed control from, so maybe my... Oh, really? Again? Get out of here. How much this time? 18 gold. Go attack Brigantia. I say as I'm next to all the Brigantians sieging. Hopefully they didn't hear me say that. Alright, that's fine. 18 gold is not a huge deal. Alright, the violent Bibrokia have accepted our offer. Were these guys from the other area? Yeah, well, no, actually. I think it was just another separate barbs. Why? Lots of barb spawns recently. So if it's true that I can actually just assume control when I'm the war leader, have I been whinging and whining about this for the last several months in an unwarranted capacity? Now, the Actually, let me wait for one siege in case we get a breach from this, but then otherwise we'll just assault. Because we're going to go back to our peacetime very quickly once this is done. Status quo, let's just assault. Brigantines are going to take some damage too. Should be totally fine. And it will go to me. Another peace deal, no. Siege is 1. Didn't depopulate, that's good. Always glad to see that. Alright, we got a... Where did they go? Oh, they went over here? Okay, more population over there. That's fine. I think we should be able, because we had that battle, or Brigantia rather had that battle earlier, we should be able just to get this right now. Yep, they go for it. Okay, so this peace deal looks pretty solid to me. Nice quick war to start the episode. Gonna get ourselves some Britannic territory. We'll have to, do we assign, I think we do assign a governor over here. Not that that governor participates in combat until we are a monarchy. So we can assign a very good governing governor because we still have our tribal chiefs leading armies. So Carwettian, Brigantia to Monapia. Yes. Great. The insular Celtic local power, rather, of Carwettia accepts our generous peace offer. I mean, I am still working off my tyranny, but I will eventually hit 0 tyranny. So, you know, technically, I could get more tyranny and get some money. So, it's funny how once I build my city, I still find ways to convince myself that taking slave nobles is still acceptable. All right, so we need to assign a Britannic governor. Because, definitely not Donis, that's a sure thing, but because we're dealing with the tribal mechanics, I'm fairly sure this governor won't ever be in combat. We're going to have our tribal chiefs still lead the armies. I'm very confident about that. Also, although, oh, look at Teller. Oh my gosh. He just aged 1,000 years when I wasn't looking. Maybe they do actually lead an army, because it does show them appearing there. I need to check the Monapia campaign again to see how this works, but anyways, maybe we'll assign someone with decent martial but good finesse. I mean, Donis actually would be a very strong governor. The issue is, you know, the dangers he possesses as the admiral aren't any less serious if he's the governor. They might actually be more serious, even of just a little tiny area. I mean... options are just bad across the board. I think because we've got some good, like even if the governor is in charge of their levies, which I'm not sure if they are when you're a tribe, I think it is still better to prioritize a finesse governor because we have a couple of good martial clan chiefs, so we'll always have a good general to go with the force. I think we assigned, because it's the same, we assigned Galen Urkis, other Urkii. No bad loyalty traits, one bad corruption trait. He's also very super duper corrupt. How did this guy get so corrupt? He's 17 and he's this corrupt. Holy crap. All right. Tactically inflexible. What do I even do about this? Okay, so this might be an issue though, because I don't have any corruption reducing modifiers going on. Let's see. I don't even know what I can do here. This kind of corruption would affect loyalty, but that still might be fine. Well, let's not play around. But there's just not that many great options around here, though. Maybe Cecilius Urkis. We get ourselves Zealous. That's pretty good for governor. State religion happiness. 3 martial's pretty bad, but it's not really much worse than 5 martial, and 5 finesse obviously is less good than 8 finesse. I guess the thing is, you know, at the end of the day, I've got to just work with what I have, and what I have is a very small number of garbage male officer options. If I could only have female characters, I have a lot of really, like, competent female characters just sitting around on their asses doing nothing while I'm stuck with these jokers. The Y Chromie homies. Yeesh. Alright, Cecilius Urkis, I'm assigning you. You're going to be the governor. Good job. I think we just set this immediately to cultural assimilation. It's probably fine. Alright, and It set Trefgerog as the provincial capital. So we destroy Gabercentum. That's totally fine. Do we keep this port here? I guess we could keep the port here, honestly. It's kind of nice to have a port on this side of the area, of the land. These are both forests. Actually, this is hills. I think we move the capital over to Dunoting, and then we destroy the slave estate. This is definitely going to be a mountain fortress location. Actually, we need more money. We need 1 more month to build the thing. We can move the capital over now. There we go. Lower the army. Okay, yeah, so this guy does lead the force, so if we get a higher martial character at some point we can assign, although that being said, again, I'm not 100% sure that he actually does lead the force, he just leads it in this menu, so yeah, we got ourselves another levy. I should have remembered that this would be a mechanic earlier, because this was a big part of the Carpetania campaign. Oh well, figured it out sooner rather than later. Okay, so with that done, now we have to start saving, or actually, speaking of money, I can make my money right now. Let the infant go. What can I say? I'm a good person while I sell you into slavery. How about you? Oh yeah, straight to the slavery lifestyle for you. I'll release you. Yikes, get out of here. See, I feel like... okay, never mind. Sell into slavery. Release you. And I'll release you. I am a generous god. Alright, there we go. Now we can go ahead and build the fort up here. Yeah, fortifying this is pretty critical. So this fort here will, in any war against Brigantia, really screw them up. I guess they could sneak around like this, but if I build another fort in Phantom Kodaki, then I'm perfectly set. Right. Okay. Looking good. Forces are stood down. Stop paying for everything. Let us proceed. We've also got a tribal settlement here. I think I'll actually just destroy this to make some more money. Yeah, we'll do it like that. I may also... well, nah, it's fine. We're fine for now. I'm thinking I might move the port over to Blatobolgium, but having the port be here is fine. It's basically the same spot. And this means... I mean, the other good thing is I can spawn my Britannic Navy in Caer Lulid and then get them on boats and have them move super fast. So that's good. Talorc. For better or for worse, Talorc Bulgius has had a hard time not believing everything Sorry, my brain is melting. Let me start over. For better or worse, Talorc Bulgius has a hard time not believing everything Every has ever said to him. How could this possibly be a bad thing? What? My brain is having a hard time believing my thoughts. Okay, well, monthly tyranny reduction is actually pretty good right now, so I will take it. Works for me. Get out of here, Brigantia. You are not welcome. Need to also fortify this. We're almost there. 29. I think we fortify, we start building a fort in Phantom Kodaki next, and we break the Brigantia alliance. Yeah, I think we do it like that. And then we fortify this, and we break the Ablania alliance, then we get an ally south of Ablania to help us fight Ablania. That's what we do. Manpower max is increased a little bit further. Very cool. 6 Monapians? Holy crap, our Monapian population just doubled out of nowhere. You know what it is? It's because we had 3 different tiles with enough assimilation to finish at the same time. 7% of our nation is our, like, native ruling culture. We're mostly made up of Waluntians. I guess that kind of makes sense, all things considered, but very cool. Some more Monapians in this world. That's probably where our manpower increase just came from. We finally went above 1612. Good to see. Got some barbs walked around. We paid them off. Honestly, I think paying off barbs is actually a pretty good mechanic. I feel pretty safe with that mechanic. Actually, you know what? A fortress here and a fortress in Beness might be enough for Brigantia for now. I can fortify Phantom Kodaki later. Not a huge rush. What I might want to do, though, is start building some more ships, especially now that I've got 2 ports to work with. I've got a port up here too, but 2 ports to build the map. Because I probably want a navy that is in Manawia for troop movement, and then another navy. You know, yeah, let's get to work on that. Let me build 10 more galleys, or triremes rather. I'm keeping them mixed up because it says galley. Galley and trireme is the same type of ship. Let's build 10 more galleys at Caer Luluid. Although I think it's not really a better spot. I think for now, well, I can call it the Caer Lulid Navy, but it may not permanently be there. I'm thinking for my Britannic, I guess it could be anywhere in Britannia. It doesn't have to be up here permanently. I think I will, just so I can spawn them in the spot and then have them board immediately. For that purpose, Caer Lulid is pretty good, and it's also near the border of this area, so this is perfectly fine. So let's check and see how things are going up here. Pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and start building. In fact, what we should do is let's split this force up, and then we'll build each of the forces so that we've got, and this is just a roleplay thing, so we can think of it as some of the veteran sailors, or actually, I guess it isn't just a roleplay thing. There's some experienced sailors here from combat. Let's, there's a lot of ships named the Manawia. I think the Monapian captains aren't the most creative people in the world. Let's go ahead and send the cursed fleet of 5 Manawias over from the Manawia fleet so that this new fleet doesn't ever forget where it comes from. The 5 first ships of the non-Manawian classes will be all called the Manawia. All right, so this cursed fleet of Manawias is going to head over to Caer Lulid and be known formally as Classis 2, and for now we're going to call it Caer Lulid. Alright, and we're going to assign an admiral. Tinko Mars is probably fine. No bad loyalty traits. Some corruption. What's that crazy corruption guy? He's over here. Yeah, I think we just don't mess around. 3 loyalty traits is just, I just can't deal with that. So I wish I could have gotten that Master Mariner. I don't know if they ever spawned or what, but if they have, I haven't noticed. This is probably fine. It's just a little bit of money. For an admiral, I don't think corruption's a huge deal, as long as their loyalty's fine. For a governor, it's a very big deal, because corruption on a governor affects provincial loyalty. But personal loyalty for an admiral's not going to matter. All right, you're fine. We'll assign you. Head over there. And now, let's go ahead and start building some more ships. Build the Navy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can build 1, 2, 3, and then we'll build 2 more ships. So we'll have 20 triremes in total. I could probably just have it be 5 and 5, but I would like to have a bit of a second navy floating around just for the extra strategic options that will give me. So works for me. Fortress is done 22nd of January. Let's tentatively plan, now that I really do actually have just borders with Ablania and Brigantia, that let's plan that for well, actually, hold on. Blessing of the God, we'll talk about this later. After a long and arduous ceremony, our high priest Tasciovanus Urcus declared Talurk Bulgius blessed by the gods. Great blessings like these are given only to a worthy few. The divine blessing will surely give us the necessary religious authority we need to convince our people of our importance in the world. With the gods at our side, who can stop us? One zeal for Talurk. He actually looks quite kingly at the moment, so maybe he will live to actually become the king, although I somewhat doubt it. No, actually, I should change my law. I didn't do that, and I have enough PI. I guess I've been waiting on stability. I can probably do it now. I do think Hillford Initiative is better. I said at the first episode that I might not pick the one that always gives you more centralization, but I think Hillford Initiative is much, much better than formalized agriculture. Oh, I need more. Okay, I wait a little bit longer. Totally fine. Totally fine. All right, let's go ahead and speed this up. We have some ships building up here as well. It's kind of funny. Right, so I think what we do, I was saying earlier, is I think we wait until maybe 72, and then we prepare to fight. We prepare to fight Ablania. You know, honestly, I think if I break the alliance, I don't think they're going to attack me. We could get some more PI gain. Well, let's just wait. I don't really want to play around. If I get attacked unexpectedly, and I'm not expecting it, but if it is going to happen, I'm in a really bad position over here. So if Ablania actually did attack me unexpectedly, they would catch me in a very bad spot. It's unfortified. All this territory is just ripe for depopulation. Briganti attacking me would actually also be pretty bad right now. So just for safety, I will keep this going. I don't like the PI loss, but so far, I do think it is justifiable just for safety. Once this stuff is all fortified, once this is fortified, I'll be, even without Phantom Kodaki being finished, I will feel comfortable because they can't get to my provincial capitals. Having this here just seals the deal, but yeah. Also, let's not forget to do the War Council in about a year, so let's definitely not neglect that. Okay, we can now do this. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a Hill Fort Initiative. Very good. Now let's remind ourselves that decision, which does require Hill Fort Initiative. We need 100 PI, 50 gold, so we can get those things pretty easily. We need 50 civilization, or rather centralization, so we'll get there at some point. And 40 civ level in Monapia, and loyal clan chief. So these are all things that will happen eventually. What's Monapia's civ level doing? 16 right now. Would I need 50? Let me look at that again. Actually, no, it's 40 in Monapia. I need 50 centralization. That's right. I mean, 40 is 23 max right now. 40 is pretty, that's pushing it. The thing is, I probably would have to slow down ascending out of the tribal stage in order to pull that off. Let me look at what it gives me again, see if it's worth it. 10% civ level in Monapia permanently. I actually do think that is worth it. I think that is worth it. I think we should delay, because this decision, I'm fairly sure, actually leaves you, or you lose access to it when you leave the tribal stage. So this only requires 60 centralization, so we're going to get to this before we get to this with the civ level change. I gotta boost the civ level over here. Looks like give me a lot of civ level. Not really that. Ports, a little bit. Aqueducts give nothing. Libraries, mills give a lot of civ level. Foreigns do. Courts of law do. Academies, Grand Theater. Grand Theater gives a lot of civ level. Okay. I do want to get a Grand Theater. I mean, we're not going to get tech, though, in the tribal stage, so all the stuff over here, it's not really likely to happen. Academies also give me extra civ change, but it's really the civ max that I'm dealing with here. Building 3 academies here would be good eventually. It's going to take a while, though. Lots of long-term stuff. So another option is I just leave my allies as is and do another war in the north when my manpower is full, just so I'm putting it to some sort of use and making sure I'm always going down on tyranny. I do have a claim on Caledonia, so I could fight them. I have no allies. I think that's probably a good idea. I think what I should do, let me take a look here. I gotta wait until April 1st anyways. Let's plan for a summertime war up here in the north. I think the last time I was fighting up in the north, it was the winter time, and I might have had some winter attrition. I'm not entirely sure, actually. Need to rewatch the episode, but let's plan for a middle of 470 attack on Caledonia. Do we have any claims over here? We don't. I could get a claim. Actually, no, I can't. I don't have any PI right now. Yeah. Let's see here. I won't be able to get this one until I get this, and this one needs a lot of colonization to pull off. So I may not even get to this one, which is fine. Yeah, so I think what we do is April 1st, we spawn everybody, we get into position, we go for the attack. I think we should probably just bring a land pincer attack into Caledonii in the mountains. The thing is, I can probably pull them away out of the mountains. This is mountains and it's a river, I think, too. Caledonia is a very defensible spot to be, to have your army situated. So it probably makes sense to actually pull them away. Maybe I lure them just in some other direction. Sort of doesn't matter where, and then I come in behind them. This will be kind of complicated. I have to think about this. Right. I'm gonna also build 2 more ships to this force here. Alright. Good stuff. Okay. We have ourselves another peacetime war, doing a lot of these recently. The faith of Tasciowanus, this is our high priest. Never has a more devout man existed than Tasciowanus Uricus. Our people clamor at the very door of the temple, demanding that we declare a feast in his honor. 18 golds for 6 stability. This is a great option. We are going to go into debt very briefly, but this will be fixed soon. Let's just hope we don't get any crazy 6.66 very devilish percents for these various things on the monthly tick. We just need to make it 2 or 3 months. In fact, actually, I can fix this right now because these little chance events are quite bad. Let's cancel 1 ship, and then once we have 6 gold, we'll rebuild that ship into the queue. So avoided that situation. We got some stability, very good. Alright, April has come. I missed my thing again. I need to pay attention to the timer here. Okay, so I guess I can actually, now that I think about it, I can spawn this force up here anyways, so I should have done this a little earlier. Let's go ahead and raise the Britannia force. Looks like... Okay, so one of my clan chiefs is leading the other one. Actually, I'm leading. Okay, so as I thought, actually, the governor doesn't even lead a force. Your clan chiefs do just lead it, because this is me. I'm not the governor. I'm not in charge of Britannia. The other guy is, so it's totally fine. Got these guys here. I think what we'll do is the Monapia fleet will come up here to support the Caledonia force that will spawn up in Wakamagi, and the Caer Lulid fleet will sail its force over here, where they'll land and attack and sort of be in this area. That's probably what we'll do. So let's raise the force up here. One section will be raised here, though, as usual, so let's get them on the boats. Where the boats leave. Let's always remember that happens. Classes when Monapia, come on up here. Alright. It'll take a little while to get everything organized, but I'm trying to do this before we get into winter again, just to be safe. Breaking alliance. Blondie is going to break their alliance with me. Well, that's something I wasn't expecting. I mean, I don't think they're going to attack me, but breaking alliance is what's on the table here. This is honestly fine. This province is almost out of disloyalty. It's very close. I'd actually, like, I would be shocked if they attacked me, but breaking alliance is, I guess, is what's happening. But I would be surprised still if they attacked me. So we do have our forces mobilized, so even if they did attack me after breaking the alliance, this is nice because I don't get a truce with them now, which means my war against Ablania can happen a little sooner, which is great. Alright, let's get into position here. These guys get off on the boats, like because I just forgot to tell them to do that. Put these guys in the right tactics. Alright, this classes come over here. I think what we'll do is try and lure them into Wakamagi, perhaps? Actually, we'll get on the boats and then we'll stand here, and then hopefully they go into Wakamagi in this direction, and then we land behind them so that we're blocking them from returning to Caledonia. So then we get 2,000 on Caledonia, start sieging. I just need to not take a fight in Caledonia. A fight here would be a disaster, even with a much larger force, because this is very good defensive terrain in the mountains with the river. So that's obviously off the cards. Off the cards? Out of the cards. It's off the table, out of the cards. However you say it. Alright, we'll land these forces and get everyone organized. Come here into the uncolonized land. Also, who is better? 7 and 6. So you follow this guy. Alright. Good stuff. Let's also not forget to do this. Almost just forgot. Caledonia has no ships and no ally. Oh no, I'm wrong. They're actually... I literally didn't even look at this. Wow, this is some sloppy play. I need to not feel... I feel like so emboldened by my big size. But also in the game. But they are in a defensive league with Karnanake, who does have ships. So let's actually like back it up and kind of look at this whole situation. So I should actually be planning around Karnanake being in the war too. I didn't even look at that, but they are in a defensive league with Karnanake. I don't know why I thought they didn't have any allies at all. I'm just tired. So actually this is still fine, because what I can do is actually just walk over to Epidat, and then they spawn here in this forest tile, as you can clearly tell by the graphic. Doesn't this look like a forest to you? Yes, this is what a forest looks like at Karnanake. And then I guess they could go north, or they could come and fight me in the marsh. They get a bad dice roll penalty in the marsh if they're the attackers. So I think this location for everything is still fine, but I should have paid more attention to that. Bit of a goofy thing there. All right, so let's rebuild our morale. Should be fine. And then soon we will declare the attack. All right. And August 1st, I think we go, once our morale is in the right spot. And the thing is, if their fleet comes out to come attack my low morale navy, I can always just sail away. I can probably outrun them. They also don't have any morale at the moment, so it would be fine either way. Okay, let's go for it. So we're going to declare the war. So actually, to be fair, I did not notice this because I think this is a new relationship. I don't remember this being here before. So I think what we do is we don't call in anybody, because I should have a coherent plan here. Although that being said, now I can't attack Caledonia from the south with this force. I'm actually not sure if calling in Brigantia and Ablania is a bad idea here. I guess this does keep Ablania as my ally for a bit longer. I don't really want them to break the alliance. Like, I'd rather just break the alliance with them when I am ready to, which will be soon, but not quite yet. We're just a couple years away from having this fortified, and I'll turn my attention south. I guess we take this chance now while we've got these really strong allies on our borders to just clean up the north, get the northern Caledonia finally under my control, and then we turn south without anything in the north left over. So let's call them in. Let's go for this. Declare war on Caledonia. Here we go. The insular Celtic local power of Caledonia and Karnanakia have rallied together to defend. It begins. All right, so we're going to march over. How long is this going to take? Only 18 days for this trip. That's pretty good. Probably faster than a landing attack, and this way the AI may not spawn folks here. If they do, it shouldn't be enough to be that bad. I think to walk from Karnanake to Epidat will take a long time, so we should be fine. We've got full morale. All right, so what we want to do here is get in the boats. Also get into a team. You should follow that guy. So attachment allowed. Shock action is fine. Follow that guy. All right. Boats. And the boats are going to come over here into the water. We want to draw them over this direction. Same plan as before. If we can draw them towards Taxila and Akron, we can land in Wakamagi and then go over to Caledonia, or just hold here. Actually, all we need to do is fight them not in Caledonia. Maybe we actually go to Lugii, and then Yeah, let's actually go land in Lugia, and then they'll walk this direction because they'll see the coast is clear. Let's do it like that. Also lower the speed. Here we go. Actually, this force, this navy. Actually, yeah, you stay here. I don't really want to take this fight right away. So it should be fine. 13th of August. Manpower's almost full up, so this is good timing. Alright. There we go. I was just thinking, why can't I move? It's because I was clicking the wrong guy. Alright, so also the Brigantine fleet will come help out too. Forgot about that, but that's totally fine. Hopefully as their army marches north, they don't notice the suspicious fortress I'm building in the mountains right on my border with them. Nothing to see here, Brigantia. This is a completely innocent situation. This very aggressive looking fortress right on this like section of my territory that punches into your territory. Don't even think about that. It's nothing to worry about there. This is a friendly fortress. Everyone here is cool with each other. No need to be concerned about that. Okay, so we got here in time. So now this is great because this force probably shouldn't make the southern attack. What's their leader like? 7, we got 7. They get a -1 attack penalty going into the marsh. So I feel pretty comfortable just kind of sitting here and keeping this force bottled up. If it wants to walk all the friggin' way around in the north, I guess they have to get military access through Cornalia. Who they actually do have. No, this is Casus Belli. They may not be able to get military access with them. I don't think these two guys like each other. This force may just be basically out of the picture, which is great because I don't really want to attack them in this quote-unquote forest. But should be fine. My fleet's still not quite high morale enough. I think we just stay here just to pick these guys up if we need to. But I'm fine just keeping this force here in the marsh. Should be fine. What's the weight like here? We don't have enough. Yeah, we're fine. We're totally fine. Alright. Unless this will get depopulated. Probably not. It is too. Alright, so these guys are going to go south, actually. I did not foresee that this would happen, but they're not going to the right spot. They're going to this area here. So all we got to do is capture this. Actually, I don't even know if we need to capture this. But this is drawing them south, which is great. We're going to be able to go here after them. This force is vulnerable to being pincer attacked by the two Caledonian armies, or rather the Caledonian army and the Karnanakian army, so that could be an issue. 12th of October. It'll take a long time to make this. Let's wait until these guys are locked in. And then actually what we might want to do, we back up here. I think we, well, you know what, actually, 18th of October, it's over a month to make this trip. Holy crap, this is a, oh my god. That gives them 2 months of recovery, so yeah, they're not going to be on low morale at that point. Yeah, we gotta wait. We can't fight these guys in this one spot. Maybe we should have kept my forces on the same side of Caledonia. That might have been a smarter move. Either way. We keep waiting. These guys are making the attack. Are they both making the attack? This guy is going the other direction. I want to see where he's going. Okay, so we're going to Epitaph. 14th of October. 3rd of October. I think I should finish the fight before these guys arrive, but I'll probably lose the second fight. I actually can't escape. 18th of October. Okay, this is the obvious issue that I'm now in. Actually, you know what? We come here and we board from the port. We have time for that. We may take some damage on this fleet from this fight, but we should be able to get into the port and board and leave by the port before these guys arrive. So actually, we do have an escape plan. This fight should go perfectly fine. Maybe a little messy. Okay, it was not messy at all. We destroyed everything. Also captured their admiral. Get out of here. Come down here. Yeah, we have time. The 3rd of October is the... No, actually, no, that's the other one. I think I go in there. It's gonna be time. Lugi is 1. Send people to Malia. October. Okay, so here's what we do. We board the folks here, and then we actually send this ship... are you locked in too? I think you are. I can't see the stupid... Okay, I think if I have 4,000 in Caledonia, the AI won't make the move, even if they get a good fight, because they'll be scared of the numbers. I think I gotta move this force around to Caledonia through this navy. Alright. On the boats you go. Get out of here. 24th of September, we should dodge these guys narrowly. Get over there. Alright, we've made our escape from Epidat. Very close call there, but we've managed to avoid. This is the power of actually using the combined land and naval, like, warfare idea that I talked about before. You can do stuff like this. That's pretty cool. Some actual naval strategic maneuvering in this campaign. Very fun. So let's come over here and just gather up in the forest. This is what a forest tile should look like. There's actually trees in this forest tile. Gather up here. They're not going to dislodge me from here. Wait for them to commit to sieging something else, maybe Benes, and then we move into Caledonia. At that point, Brigantia might arrive and help fight them, so... I think we're fine. We managed to avoid any major disaster. They're going to resiege this. Oh, 1st of October. I almost didn't pause in time, but I just barely got it. Phew. Alright, Belly Sama once more. I think that's going to be called for. Yeah, no reason to change it up. This campaign's very one-note, but we do need to get the extra Monapians. We are slowly working on it. You can see what an effect it has on our manpower. We're at the same manpower for most of this campaign, and then once we got some more Monapians, just from the gradual growth, we did get there eventually. Also, let's not forget, because it is the 1st of October of 470, we have a War Council to summon. Let's do it. War Council assembles. The gruff voices barking over the sound of carousing outside yields an atmospheric setting for the latest meeting of the Monapian War Council. In attendance are several of the council's most well-respected members. Domnakis, a well-loved and competent leader. Sonatus, a well-known rogue and philanderer. Is that what he's known for? I think he's more known for being terrible at being a general, but okay. And Cowerinus, an expert in matters of personal combat. So this is what I like about this game, and other Paradox games like CK3, CK2, I guess, is that these characters actually are characters I'm, like, familiar with and have some, like, perspective on, because I've been dealing with them for the campaign so far. Like, Cowerinus and Dunmakis are actually, like, important characters that I think about when I plan stuff out. And here they are appearing in this event. It's like, this is the nice thing about these Paradox games. You actually have this sandbox experience. You actually have characters, you know, like Talork, who are around for the whole time. You see them grow, literally. So that's pretty cool. The debate quickly descends into anarchy, with each party determined to make their feelings known. However, the calm voice of our tribal chief cuts across the raging argument with one short phrase: Caledonia must be destroyed. As one, the three advisors fall into their seats, unsure of quite how they missed this obvious conclusion before pledging their swords to Monapia, each musing over the brilliance of tribal chief Talork. This is kind of interesting. I actually haven't seen this version of the event before. This is a Talork just declares what's going to happen War Council situation. So I already have claims on Caledonia, so this is a little strange. But we could get some loyalty on all three of these important characters, including the nearly disloyal Dumnakis, which is quite important. This is one of our generals. So let's grab this just for the loyalty, get an extra claim on Caledonia. Why not? May as well. And this will get our cooldown going for the War Council. Good stuff. It does feel quite roleplay appropriate that as our centralization increases, the War Council from a couple decades ago, where we basically had this big fight about what direction to go in, has now become something where the chief just yells out loud, "We're going to do this!" And then everyone's like, "Okay, yes, sir." So we're on our way to being a kingdom in spirit as well as in practice. All right, good stuff. Let's proceed. All right, they're going to back up. I think they see what I'm doing. So they're not going to even get this back. I'll just compost up here in the forest. I'll wait for them to decide what direction to go in. Looks like they are going to go south. Put that force there. I think I might send this navy back over to scout and just keep line of sight going over in that area. They're going to come face to face with the Brigantian and the Ablanian forces, though, so my land is fairly safe, all things considered. So let's gather everybody up here. Looks like there is some people, yeah, so this is most of the forces, so I'll take a 4,000 versus 500 fight in the mountain. That's acceptable. But once we land, we will get our fleet moving back over just for line of sight purposes. Prosperity. Yep, let's grab that. More stability. Good stuff. This will improve our loyalty gain over here. All right. Let us proceed. 27th of December is the magic day. How many people are walking over here? I think it's 1,000 in total. It's 2. I don't know if you can see this is like an annoying glitch with the UI, but not a glitch, but like a design issue. Mousing over, you can see there's technically 2 flags. There's a Karnarnakia heavy infantry cohort and a Caledonian heavy infantry cohort. So that's 1,000 in total, 500 each. Everybody else is going south right now, and they're locked in, so we're fine. Let's have the Monapia fleet actually what we can do now is lower fleet maintenance, because we don't need any more naval combat. All the navies are destroyed. Let's have the larger Monapia fleet actually stay put. The Care Lulid fleet can come back around and scout over in this area just for line of sight. Okay. Catch these guys? They're deciding whether or not to go, so we'll possibly catch them. A loyal subject. A ruler's efforts to influence Konolawa Margana, which I guess he was doing. Influence stakeholders, that's right. That's where this is from. Are well underway. Okay, so we've seen this event before. A 50 PI is really good. 10 stability is a huge hit. But we just got some stability. We could get more stability, too. The thing is, if I want to get more stability, I should do this alongside a god or law change. And I could change Nanto Swelta. Who would I change it to? Probably Lugus. Who's this? Piconia, that's pretty far away. Commerce income isn't a big deal yet, but it will be later on. I don't think this is a huge priority, though, honestly. I mean, noble happiness isn't terrible either. I think we should take PI. Yeah, we got enough stability for a choice like this. More PI. Maybe we can start saving up to build more cities. We'll just use the PI for various other things. May as well keep it stability drop. That's fine. Who needs high stability anyways? We're getting happiness all the time. Alright, so this should be pretty fine. So with 4,000, I should be able to just brute assaults. Okay, I guess they're not going to leave. We're going to fight them here. 4,000 versus 500, this should be fine. I'm not too scared about this. And I think we'll just do an assault here, just so that I'm not in this tile while it's fortified by them for very long. That's very dangerous. Okay, they're going to siege Boness. I'm glad they didn't take any of these unfortified tiles, but Brigantia needs to turn around and go deal with this, because I don't want them to do anything funny with Boness. That would be inopportune. Engage the enemy. Let's see what kind of casualties we get. 48. So in a stack wipe with this kind of disparity, 48, this shows you, like, look at this. -2, -1. We got a bad, yeah, it's bad all around. Okay. I think we should just assault immediately. And then, well, actually, that being said, though, then we'll drain our manpower as we're making our way over to Karnarnake. I think we should still assault immediately, because Brigantia is not going to get here for a moment. It's going to take them a couple months to get here. And Can this force even get back to here? Because what I'm scared of is this large force at Boness fighting me in the mountains. I don't think they can even get to me without getting through Brigantia. So maybe Brigantia comes and joins me. They might go straight to Karnarnake, though. But I can probably assume control, even if they do go there. What's the population like? We should be able to assault just fine. I think because, as I keep saying, we're trying to do these wars to get into peacetime. and have the period of rebuilding. Because we have such a low manpower cap, we're actually hitting the manpower cap pretty quick. I think we can be pretty reckless here. Let's just do an assault immediately. We have the numbers, we can overwhelm them. This should be perfectly fine. Don't depopulate, please. Aha, that does not look like a depopulated location. Alright, now we hustle over here. It's okay, probably. Actually, Brigantia is going to double back. So I'm glad I did it when I did this, because Brigantia isn't going to go north. We're going to come fight these guys. Totally fine. You just stay there. I also need to remember there are pirates navies running around, so let's actually send this fleet back over to... This is the wrong fleet for it. Let's send it over to Monapia. You hang out in this port here. I'll keep these fleets in port while they're not being paid for, just to be safe. I probably should do that more, but I'll start doing it now. Morale should recover by the time we get over there. Especially if Brigantia comes over too. Alright, I think we should be fine. Fortress in Dunating is complete. Now, at this point, I feel pretty safe breaking the Brigantine Alliance. I'm not going to do that quite yet, but I will be able to do it now that I've got this fort here. Alright. Come on. 15th of February. Yeah, these guys are going around. Bad mistake. I'll just come assault this immediately. Not immediately, once I recover a bit more morale. Forge month. Right, Ablania and Brigantia needed to come help me out. That would be opportune. Fortress under siege. Alright. Let's wait a bit. We're not going to assault right away. I'm a bit nervous we would run out of morale before the assault was finished. So no rush. Where are their forces? They're down here. Okay. Alright, let's see if we get a breach. Rebuild the ship. Brigantia's blocking them, so we're totally fine. Supply shortage. Alright, Untiring Devotion. 3 stability. Nice. I actually don't remember how much morale versus numbers matters. So let's do an experimental assault. Just because we have kind of middling morale, but we have enough numbers to pull this off. So let's see what we can do here. This is a fairly safe time to be experimental like this, I think. 8th of May, we should have time. I did not have enough numbers to... Oh, I ran... Oh, crap. Okay. This is not a safe time to do that experiment. Now I'm in kind of trouble. These guys are on their way. I should... Let's see, I'm fighting in the forest. I'm attacking 500. I'll get the monthly tick, though. I think it should probably be okay. Yeah, these guys are on their way. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. That was a very risky move, actually. I gotta remember, I don't have infinite soldiers here. We are dealing with limited numbers. 14th of May. This fight should be fine. Do they have 3 martial? Yeah, we're gonna be totally fine. Alright. Alright, yeah, we're totally fine. We got stack with them. These guys will come join, then we'll be able to resume the assault, or at least resume the siege. Maybe not the assault quite yet, but we'll be able to resume the assault pretty soon. Okay, so yeah, probably can't do 2 assaults back to back with the same force at this stage. Little ambitious, but it's gonna work out in the end. Getting all this stuff for myself. All right. We're almost there. After one more monthly tick, we should be able to resume the siege. And we damaged their garrison quite a bit, so that's helping. Sieging up on this. They don't have enough. It's totally fine. These guys are almost back to loyal. Come on. Let's just get together, please. Speed this up. I want to finish this war before the episode's over, so we'll just zoom along here. Extra morale may help a bit. Come on. Next monthly tick, we should be resuming the siege. We'll have enough. We'll have over 2,000. This 2,000 minimum thing for forts with this mod is pretty brutal. I think I've commented on that before. Are we out of food? God damn it. This is a bad time to be out of food. Yeah, I really need these guys to come over and help me. I think these guys are on the way. Who's out of food? Okay. I need you to... where's our best spot? Alt clip, maybe? Actually, no, just hang here. We'll wait. Get these guys to arrive. Bit of an awkward end of the war, but it should work out fine. We'll have enough to resume the siege. We'll have more than enough, and it's all going to be fine. These guys aren't going to have time to siege down Vanessa. We're already midway through the siege because of that failed assault. But we will be clearing out these tribes, and yeah, should be totally fine. A minor addendum. Yep, more stability for PI. Very much worth it. Alright, come on. Just want to get this war over before the episode's over. That would be great. Saving my PI for now. There we go. I could assault. I'll wait for one more tick and then I'll do an assault. So we have 300, almost 400 extra guys to pull that off. Please give me a breach. Status quo. Let's just wait. Let's not. Well, let's wait for one more siege tick, and then we'll do an assault. So let's send the Manawian fleet back to where it lives, and we'll send the Care, the Lid fleet, back to where it lives. Fleets are no longer in use for this war. And the guys are starving, but it's for good. Okay, status quo. We gotta make the assault before we run out of guys. Alright, we should be fine this time. There we go. Sacking of Karnonake. Let the looting be gentle. Don't depopulate. Good. Alright, get me the hell out of this war. Alright, that should be everything. Karnonakian Caledonia to Monapia and Caledonian Caledonia to Monapia should include all of this territory. Yes, please. There we go. Alright, the insular Celtic local power of Caledonia accepts your generous peace offer. Gotta do what I gotta do. I got cities to build and fortresses to build. It's gotta happen. Alright, big Monapia name has been more thoroughly achieved. We gotta colonize this stuff to really get it quite big. But yeah, 2 more tribes dealt with just like that. Let's lower our forces. And lower our maintenance if we still have any. Yep. Okay, let a day go by. And then, so Ablania wants to break their alliance with us again. At this point, that's fine now. I don't think I need Ablania's help for this one tribe up here. In terms of the new territory, we've got a mine in Lugii with base metals. That's pretty good. Caledonia. So this will probably be my provincial capital in the north for now. I don't really think I need to move this. It's a really good defensive spot for this area, so I think we'll leave it as is. We've got a port here. I think I'll delete this port. I'll delete this fort. And farming settlement with fish. I'll leave it for now. So that's going to be it for this episode of the Monapia campaign. Next time, we'll take a bit more of a closer look at our new holdings and plan for our last war against Cornawia. See you all next time.